Although there's a ceasefire between the US, Israel, and Iran, Lebanon has been explicitly excluded from this. Israel struck the country with over 100 missiles in just 10 minutes. Because of the over 1 million people that are displaced in Lebanon right now, one local queer organization called Mosaic turned itself into a shelter in Beirut. The shelter currently houses queer people who are now homeless because of Israel's massive strikes on their neighborhoods. Here's the director of the organization, Bshara, telling me what's going on.
We already started receiving, by the way. We got some, these are mattresses.
Oh my gosh, right. And where is everyone staying?
So far we have the shelter that's full. We're working on opening a new shelter as well.
Yeah.
But
where's the first shelter?
Here.
It's just across?
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
gosh. Okay.
So we're gonna try to take the first floor as well to keep it within the same building.
Mosaic has been open since 2014 and is a resource for queer people in Lebanon.
So basically, Mosaic is an LGBTIQ+ led organization for the LGBTIQ+ people and communities. It was founded in 2014. Initially, it started and still provides mental health support. So we do one-on-one therapy, and we also have group therapies as well.
In fact, I met with the new director of the organization while reporting for The Intercept a couple of months ago. When we first talked, the discussion was about Trump's USAID funding cuts and the fact that the organization was about to shut down from financial pressure. They were afraid they'd shut down services because there just wasn't enough money. On top of that, the political will seemed to have dried up now that MAGA culture had taken control of the US government. In a normal year, the director says, there would probably be enough money to at least open up another shelter. But now that the US-funded Zionists are bombing throughout Lebanon and USAID money has dried up, Mosaic has to step in as a much-needed displacement shelter without having very many resources. But opening queer-only shelters is absolutely necessary. The director told me that queer-presenting people who are displaced right now don't feel safe going to other converted schools or stadiums popping up around the country.
And how are you getting in touch with all these people, and how are they knowing about it?
Through the helpline. So basically, through the helpline and referrals.
The fact is that queer people are also among those living in the southern suburbs of Beirut and other parts of the country that have been bombed. And Mosaic is only one of a handful of queer organizations in the country. After we walked across the hall, 3 young trans women in their 20s decided they didn't mind showing me around their new apartment.
بس كان بدي أشوف الغرف. It's okay. هاي المطبخ.
Yes.
Tima, Maya, and Amira are all from Dahi
Oh.
and have just recently become displaced.
وين تعد عم تنامي؟
أنا هون كركب.
هون وأنت هوني؟ أنت؟
أنا وجوزي عم ننام بالصالون.
أوكي بالصالون.
بقول لي هذا هون بس ما
شوف
في انترفيو حلو.
فيو حلو كتير.
ايه
هدول حلوين.
ايه
اللون حلو.
ايه صح.
حلو.
هيك لون أصفر.
After getting a tour around the shelter, which includes a couple of bedrooms with several bunk beds, a kitchen, a bathroom, and a few balconies overlooking Beirut, I wanted to sit down with some of the new residents. So the director, Bshara, introduced me.
اوكي بزرعان هيدا أخير. اوكي وهو صحافي وكمان معنا الكوميونتي يعني. سو فينا نوثق فيه يعني ما تخافوا من شيء يعني ما بنشتغل نحن مع حدا إذا ما بنعرف إنه عن جد بيساعد وعندنا وفينا. This is the shelter. Welcome to the shelter. Thank you. All of them from that.
The first person I sat down with was a trans woman who'd been living in Dahiya since she escaped from Aleppo, Syria. Her name is Maya.
حضرتك من وين؟
أنا من سوريا من حمص.
وين عائلتك وين أصحابك؟
أنا عائلتي بسوريا بس أنا وعائلتي ما بنحكي أنا كنت مسجونة عند الجولاني بسبب LGBT trans woman. فكلمة هيك ما بحكي معهم أهلي هن اللي سلموني.
أوكي.
أنا ساكنة على طريق المطر أول طريق المطر.
كيف عرفتي عن موزايك؟
موزايك أنا من قبل جيت بجري عندهم باخذ عندهم ما عندهم معونة وهن اللي وصلوني على الأمم يعني فعندي ملف عندهم من قبل. هو أول ما بلش القصف أول ما بلش الضرب كنا أنا ورفيقتي أميرة وطلعنا وقتها من البيت ونحن كنا بحلم منظمة حلم فكنا عم نسأل على موضوع المأوى وإذا كان إنه حيرجع يفتح لنا مأوى أو هاي فراحوا وقتها واتصلوا قالوا إنه هن ما موجود عندهم مأوى بس إنه حيحاولوا يدبروا فبنفس النهار وقتها حكيوا مع موزايك وبعتونا لهون.
هو الأسبوع الماضي أول ما بلش الضرب صار الساعة 3 بالليل فطلعنا من البيوت لأنه صار الضرب كتير قوي وصار كتير قريبة علينا، والبيوت صارت تهز فينا، ما عاد فينا نضل بالبيت. فطلعنا من البيوت الساعة تقريبا بحدود 3. طلعنا، ففي عالم رجعت على بيوتها، في عالم ضلت طالعة برا البيت. فأنا طلعت ورجعت على البيت، نمت الساعة 8 الصبح. طلعت من الساعة 8 الصبح، اجيت لعند رفيقتي مايا، ضلينا مع بعض للساعة 12 1 تقريبا. رحنا على حلم، ومن حلم بعتونا لهون.
شو بتشتغلي او شو شغلتي؟
اشتغل بالخياطة. في الواحد انه زي انا اشتغل فيها، وكان له الحرية الكاملة انه يشتغل ويفتح محلات لحاله، انه الواحد اغلش انه يكون في عنده بيت، في عنده مصدر رزق انه يسترزق منه وبيعيش. بس بالاماكن اللي احنا عايشين فيها صعب الواحد انه حتى انه يشتغل كعامل عادي بمعمل، انه من LGBT، انه ما يحب المثليين وهيك.
وكيف بتحسي هون بهالبيت؟
بهالبيت؟
ايه بهالموزايك يعني.
بحس بالأمان إنه الحمد لله ماشي الحال. إنه شو بدنا نحكي يعني، خاصة بالأوضاع اللي عم تصير والحروب، الناس عم تتشرد، وفي ناس ما عم تلاقي بيوت، في ناس ما عم تلاقي شغل، في ناس فماني عارفة إني شو بدي أحكي أو وصل فكرة، بس إنه حابب إني أقول إنه يضلوا أقوياء وفي أمل،
ويقدروا يطلعوا ويفكروا خارج الصندوق لحتى يقدروا يلاقوا حلول لهم، يكون يعني يعيشوا حياة أحسن وأفضل، يحاولوا دائما للأفضل.
A few weeks after my visit to Mosaic, I got a message from the director Bashara.
A lot has happened since your last visit. One good thing is that we've secured new spaces that we are hoping to turn into shelters, and we're in the process of doing so. We also managed to do a lot of distributions for people that are outside the shelters. We've done more than 300 core relief items such as mattresses, pillows, blankets, even hygiene kits and dignity kits for the queer community. We also launched our volunteers community groups, and we have more than 40 plus individuals supporting on fundraising, donations, communications, advocacy, social work, mental health, group sessions. Good stories, success stories are some of the individuals that you've spoken to, such as Tima and Amira, who have managed to leave the shelter, find their own spaces. We have launched a fundraiser through which we hope that all or any support that we receive, even if it's as small as it can be, that goes a long way to secure those shelters, to get the items, and to continue the emergency response that we're doing. Because until today, we don't know how the situation is going. We don't know how things are escalating. But we know one thing is for sure, that the needs are still there. The queer community is still marginalized from the mainstream services, and that we will still be here for them to do whatever we can to support them.
To support Mosaic and their response for the displaced queer community in Lebanon, go to this page and donate.
مع عفيف السوري لو اجتمعت لو مع عفيف السوري على الأمي لو اجتمعت الأمي